You may wonder if your partner, coworker, or family member is a narcissist. People diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder can be a bigger challenge. Having a narcissist in your life can be frustrating and emotionally challenging. Your relationship may revolve around them. You may feel judged and exhausted by their demands. In this podcast, Dr. Fumi Hancock will share her thoughts, experiences, and advice on how to deal with a narcissist.
It's first important to be able to recognize it, right? I was young, I did not recognize it. I actually misinterpreted it as somebody who cared. I misinterpreted somebody who had for me, he had an inflated ego. I just thought that was suave. All right. I was 22 and I'm like, wow, he's suave. He knows his stuff. Well, that was an inflated ego. I just didn't know that was what it was. You have somebody that have feelings of entitlement. If you have somebody in your life that they feel like, well, you're feeling hurt and you're trying to tell them something and they're telling you, no, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not changing about this, and you're feeling hurt about it. They often have this feeling of entitlement. You have people that when you're talking, you're trying to say one word, they take your conversation over. You all are you're with friends and you're standing there and you're looking like, well, I have one thing to say, and then look at you with at the corner of their eyes like, what you got to say, girl? What you got to say? Well, you might want to check that, right? You have people that have exaggerated accomplishment. We know they didn't accomplish much. You'll probably accomplish more than they did. But when you're all in the same out there with people, they expect you to blow their egos up for them. They exaggerate their accomplishments. Those are telltale signs. You have people that they go out and they belittling others. You come home and you say, "Oh, honey, see what happened at work today. I am so happy for them." And he's telling you, "Oh, what's the big deal?" There's no big deal to that. Or something great happened to you and now you're afraid to even share it when you get home because you're probably not going to get that, "Oh my goodness, you did great." You're not going to get it, so you hide it. All right. So belittling others. You have them being unable to see the needs of feelings. They lack empathy. This is one huge one. People that are narcissistic. A lot of times when I hear people say, "Oh my God, do you realize that he lost his job? Now he's really gonna get it." No, he's not. Let's just cut it like that. He is not. He lacks empathy. When they never get caught. The minute you think you wanna catch them on something, they're onto something else. They hardly get caught. And so for me, when I finally got out of that relationship, I spent few years saying, "Oh no, my God is gonna whip him. Something's gonna happen." That. Well, after a while, I had to focus on me to get well. And now I feel okay. Either God gets him, doesn't get him. It's not my business anymore. All right. So because they're always going from. I don't know if you've heard about this movie, Catch Me If You Can. I don't know how many people have. If you haven't watched it, I will urge you to go and watch it. That is an exact, narcissistic sociopathic, because he's one guy, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer, he's a sailor, he's a everything, and he acted the role incredibly well. That is a narcissistic person. So if you're wondering what does it mean, go and find that movie and watch it. It's called Catch Me If You Can. That's a narcissistic person. You have somebody that is envious. So this is your wife. You know that when your wife is successful, you are successful too. I remember with my situation where my sister-in-law came from Britain to visit us, and she didn't realize that I was up. And I heard her asking the brother, "Why are you so frightened of her? Why are you frightened of her success?" And I heard him scream like, "What do you mean? You can pack your stuff and go back to London. What do you mean? I'm not frightened of her. I'm not. What? frightened. They only want to be the center of focus. The minute something great is happening to you, no, 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 no. They cannot understand that because you're the wife or you're the husband or whatever, it's mostly men usually, that they cannot comprehend it, that if you are successful, they are successful. It's got to be them or nothing. They can destroy and burn the whole place down if they don't get their way. Let me say that again. They will rather burn, you hear me? Burn the whole place. They can burn. If it's an office, they will rather burn it down. If it's a home, they will rather, destroy the home. If it's a country, they will rather burn that country down before you tell them they cannot have what they want. Difficulty with emotions. Now, tell me, who wants to deal with that for the rest of their life? Who wants to be on their knees praying? There are so many things I want to pray for in my life, and frankly, I don't think that's one I'm willing to sign up for the rest of my life. And that was one thing that one pastor eventually told me. He said, look, God is able to do all things. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? It takes two. But when you're dealing with someone who is saying, you're the problem, I'm not. You're the problem, I'm not. What's the problem again? You're the problem, I'm not. They're always angry. They're always moody. They're always impatient. They tell you they love you until money gets in the way, and then you know just exactly what they love. So these are the kinds of things, and I had to come to that conclusion after several years of being on my knees, praying, in, out, and praying and rolling from one end to the other. And then a pastor said, when you are done, hit me up, then we can talk. And when he said that to me, I'm like, whoa, a pastor. He's supposed to be the one encouraging me. He said, well, that's an encouragement. You just don't know it yet. Don't know it yet, but it is an encouragement. And I got offended, frankly, because I still didn't know better. So when you have someone like that, when you have a kid that is exhibiting this, please, I beg you, seek help for them, because that's somebody who is about to wreck somebody else's life in the future.
Thank you for tuning in today's podcast. Check out our websites at drfumipsychdnp.com or pobpsychiatry.com. Are you in the Arizona area and in need of psychiatric evaluation? Telepsychiatry available at pobpsychiatry.com. Until next time, from your compassionate trauma care maestro Dr. Fumi Hancock, DNP, PMHNPBC, CNP.